probably a whole bunch of twisting, turning corners. It's probably a good opportunity to talk about counter steer. This is something that I found invaluable to learn when I started riding, but no one seems to tell you about, particularly when you get your license. Counter steering is really important. Now, I would recommend reading or watching Twist of the Wrist, Volume 2. There's a lot of really good stuff in that. I've both seen the video and read the book. I recommend both if you get a chance, but probably the biggest takeaway for me out of that book was understanding counter steering. Now, what is counter steering? Counter steer is basically what your handlebars will do on their own when you transfer the weight into a corner. Right, so if I go into this corner and then go into that corner, your handlebars, if you sort of notice and you let go and sort of just, not totally let go, but just sort of don't hold on to them too tightly, you'll feel them actually go the opposite direction. So, example, going right, they will go that way. If I'm going left, your handlebars will go that way. Now, this is just physics, because this is something that the bike will automatically do. And if you remember riding a push bike, now if you remember when you first started riding a push bike, anytime you fell off the bike, what did the handlebars do? They went the opposite direction to the direction you fell off. Right, so if I fell off to the right, the handlebars would always go to the left. And so what you're doing is basically enabling that by being looser on the handlebars, but also you can introduce it slightly. And it doesn't take much. I know that some people have tried counter steering and just gone it's like throwing them off the bike. Don't do that. It's just the tiniest little bit. And in fact, as you're turning into the corner, just lean ever so slightly. Man, that's slippery. Lean ever so slightly to the right. Now, I found the easiest way to learn is to point your head into the corner, right? So, which you should be doing anyway, sort of looking into the corner. But while you're doing that, just sort of gently lean on the handlebar to the direction you're pointing in. So, if you're going into a right, or here we go, left-hander, just ever so slightly just lean in onto the handlebars. So you're just gently pushing them the other direction. So like lean in like that, and it basically, you'll feel the bike tipping over more than it would with just your weight transfer. So weight transfer does turn the bike, but it's actually what's happening is it's creating counter steer to do that, and then the shift of your weight pulls the momentum into the corner. And so by counter steering, by actually introducing the counter steer first rather than it being passive, then you've just got more control, particularly in those moments where if you're going a little bit wide on a corner, you've kind of gone in maybe a little bit too quick, and you start to go wide, and usually what happens is you get target fixation on the exit of the corner, and you think, oh, I'm going to go off the edge, and so you start looking at the edge and you end up going off the edge. But what counter steer does for me, I find it just gives me a little more confidence that if you do start to go wide, you just lean into it harder, and just that little bit of counter steer will help sort of bring the bike down further. And almost always the bike can go down a lot further than you think it can. Anyone who starts riding, and I'm still the same, I must admit I'm still a bit of a pussy when it comes to hard cornering, but you can always get more angle. I'm not exactly scraping my pegs everywhere, so I know I can get more angle. And counter steer just helps sort of steer. You're not steering the bike. I think that's one thing you got to kind of consider. It's not like you're steering a car, but it just helps get that lean angle and get that lean angle easily, you know, and quickly, instantly, rather than sort of transferring the weight and waiting for the turn in to happen. You can sort of instantly get that move. It's also really good if you're trying to avoid something, like if you want to, you know, something on the road, you want to go around it. You know, it's easy to do that. But yeah, I would really, when I first got my license, no one ever mentioned it. They basically teach you how to park a bike and maneuver around really slow things at 0 k's an hour. They don't teach you how to ride a bike at, you know, at road speed even. This is new. So anyway, look it up. If you haven't read Twist the Wrist, definitely have a read of that. There's a lot of great tips in there that I highly recommend. But yeah, counter steer, number one. I reckon that's the number one thing that no one ever tells you when you get your bike license. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that tip out there. Any other tips, drop it in the comments, and yeah, I will see you next time. Stay safe, have fun, see you guys.